Those finite resources have given rise to new areas of study like resource management, which Niko Rogler is studying at the Technical University here in Berlin. He's already working in the field. Welcome. How resourceful would you say you are, or how wasteful are you?
Well, I try to waste as little as possible, but obviously, since we're living in Germany, we're all quite wasteful. We waste a lot of food and also a lot of energy and have a lot of emissions.
At the same time, the Germans are seen as so green and rated world champions in recycling. Do they get it right?
Well, some of it definitely is true, and the attitude is right, I think. But obviously, in the energy sector and also in the transport sector and also in the recycling sector, there are lots of things that we can do better and that we need to address also on a worldwide level.
We've experienced that in the diesel scandal. Tell me all about what you've learned at uni. What can you pass on to us?
Well, to put it in a nutshell, I'd say that it's not enough that we focus on the demand side and the customer and on the consumer, but we need more regulation on a worldwide scale, and we've seen lots of that happening. But
regulation in the form of taxes?
For example, there's a CO2 tax is one possible solution, or a CO2 trade emission scheme that we already have, but it's not working properly. They're trying to address that problem, but it could be done better.
So how, at the end of the day, can the consumer save the planet?
Well, the consumer can avoid traveling by plane, can take the bicycle to work, can use less energy in general, but at the end of the day, it's also down to the industry and other sectors.
And is it fair to put the onus on, say, the Chinese? They're told they're eating too much meat all of a sudden.
I don't think that's quite fair. You have to compare at a different scale, because in China, the per capita demand for meat and the daily consumption is way lower than the German consumption. And they've had many, many years where they've not had the same levels that we have.
You've actually lived in China. What influenced you in your time there, your picture of the world, say?
Well, they have a lot of pollution regarding plastic, regarding air pollution, which infringes you in your daily activities. You cannot spend every day of the month outside doing exercises or anything.
How often did you see blue sky like in those pictures?
I'd say more often than the average person thinks in Europe. I'd say those are 15 to 20 days a month, and then you have maybe 5 to 10 really bad ones in the major cities.
And how do the Chinese view the rest of the world when it comes to resourcefulness?
Well, I think they think it's their time now. They've held back for a long time, and now
it's catch-up.
Yeah, it's catch-up time.
How do you solve that?
Well, I think the government in China, they already see the problem. I mean, all the cities are really polluted, and they need to address that problem just in order to maintain the safety of their people. And that is a major incentive. The
next hot commodity is rare earths, one that was formerly almost exclusively mined in China. How's that changing the way we think about resourcefulness? Because all of a sudden, everyone needs a mobile phone, and rare earths are connected to that, of course.
Yes, we definitely rely on rare earths and those technologies, but I think there are also other countries who are mining these rare earths, and I think the dependency on China has decreased.
What can you leave us with? Do you have a message of hope from what you've learned in your studies or in your work?
Yes, I think the message is that the global community is working. I think in Paris we have seen an agreement that is putting us forward, and also even despite President Donald Trump in the USA, we're seeing that the Pentagon is trying to provide climate protection, and yeah, that definitely puts me in a hopeful way.
Niko Rogler, thank you very much for coming in today.
Thank you.